everybody, this is DearMamaSal's again, and I'm just approaching SeaTac Airport, my way back, about to hit Seattle, and I'm not sure how much traffic there will be there, but I also am aware of the fact we are losing light very quickly, and so I thought I would just chat to you before I lose enough light to be able to talk to you, which is something I hadn't thought about, of course, which is I'm going to need some level of light to be able to vlog. So, sort of managing to keep myself together here. Done a lot of thinking as I've been driving. Just one of the reasons I like driving, it gives you time to just sit and think. And I'm still processing coffee, apparently. So I was quite amazed, actually, the things that did come up for me during this, which is, you know, how do I stop from fixating on this? And it's very interesting because I found myself doing a typical thing that I used to do when I used to get depressed, which is, you know, well, what if, and what if, and what if, and then I had to stop myself and say, well, what if none of that happens? For God's sake, you know. If you got into your car every day thinking, what if I had an accident? You know, you wouldn't drive your car anymore. And this is part of the issue, is you have to live your life for today. Yes, today is for living, not for worrying yourself sick. And it's my job to be happy today, and I'm really trying to work very hard at correcting that incredible emotional hit that I felt. But I also believe, you know, there are lessons there that I need to look at, which one of them is, what am I doing to maintain a circle of friends? And that's what struck me is, you know, that really by vlogging you lose a lot of friends. You don't gain them, because nobody knows what you're talking about. And it's not that you lose them per se. You have to learn not to talk about vlogging or anything. And yet, you know, it's funny because everybody asks you because they're interested, and then you watch their eyes roll because they have no idea what you're talking about. So it's a catch-22. But I do feel that I need to get a life outside of the vlogging. And then, of course, I'm laughing because I'm going, okay, let me get this right. A life outside working, vlogging, running my house. Yep. And when are you going to do that? So it would mean that I have to do less of something. And then I also am aware that my house is really paying the price for my lack of attention to it. And for the same reasons, right? My time is taken up doing other things now. So there's part of me that goes, you know, maybe I need somebody in to clean every now and then. And I cannot justify that just in terms of the cost. And then I remind myself that, you know, if I hadn't stopped smoking, I would be able to justify buying cigarettes. So why don't I justify getting somebody in to clean? So I stop feeling guilty about that. Because I'm a great believer, you know, you sort of look at your life and go, if you only had 6 months left to live, you know, what would you want to do? Well, do you think I'd want to vlog? Yeah, you know I would. Yeah, no brainer, right? You're going, yeah, I would. I really would, and it would be for both selfish and altruistic reasons. You know, it's something that, what did Benji say? I think it was Benji, it might have been Dougie. Anyway, but my soul. And it makes me happy to do it. And so yes, it is something that I would do if I knew I only had 6 months left to live. Would I be doing housework? Hell no. That would not be high on my list. I mean, not talking basic, I'm talking deep cleaning stuff now. So I've got to look at that. Now I also noticed one thing that my sister is doing, that all credit to her, she's busy now offloading a lot of her stuff. Not onto me, didn't offer me anything. But that's okay. She's giving it away. Luckily, I've got a very big bedroom, but, you know, walking in there is a bit hazardous at the moment. So, that's a New Year's resolution. Whoever it was that was asking me about that, that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is to start systematically getting through this junk. And I've decided what I'm going to do is sort of redo it. Oh, that's Boeing Field again, everybody. Shame. So what I've got to do is probably do a little less vlogging, maybe, I don't know. I'll start finding more time to do the things around the house. Maybe it would be an idea to take my Mondays back, for example. I don't know. I'll give that some thought. I definitely need to do something to give myself a bit more time so that I don't overstress myself. But on the other hand, I start getting more control back on my life. So, but one of the things as well that I look at is, you know, how much do I entertain? Very little. Why? And my answer would be that I'm not a big entertainer of people. I really am very casual about that. Maybe in that I've become a bit of a recluse because I don't do a whole lot of that sort of thing. I'm going to look at that. just a couple of weeks away from celebrating a year without smoking. And if I want to continue doing that, I need to lose some weight. And that's really important to me now. Now I know I'm not going to be good at it like Jamie is or something like that, but I do definitely need to improve it. So lots of stuff coming up for me suddenly, and you can probably hear that this could overwhelm me in a heartbeat. And so we're not going to do that, because you know what'll happen then. So breathe. Isn't it amazing how 24 hours can change your concept on things? Oh. Really scary. These express lanes, but let's try them. I hope I haven't just about moved into an express lane into the center of Seattle. I have no idea. I could be about to get myself thoroughly lost here. Okay. Adventure, right? I have no idea what happens here. But it says express lanes northbound, and I'm going northbound, and express sounds like it would be less congested, which probably means it doesn't have any exits or entrances. But it is slowing down. So I'm not quite sure how express this really is. We'll find out. Going into an underpass now, so it's going to be dark. And I'm not quite sure how much you'll be able to see. One of the things that my sister suffers from is claustrophobia. So anything that's like an underpass or a tunnel or anything like that, she really has a major problem with it. So it makes traveling very difficult for her. She has to really plot the route to make sure that when they hit something like a river or whatever, it's amazing because her husband was so patient with her with that, and I can't imagine anybody else being that patient. But it was a phobia, and it is a phobia, still is. quite sure what's going on here, but this express lane that I'm on is at the moment like 4 lanes wide with nobody there. It really was quite an express lane. I'm not quite sure how that worked, but I guess it's going through Seattle itself. So now live dangerously. Well, not dangerously. Take a risk now and then, but not a stupid one. How's that?